Good news, your metabolism isn't broken. If you're a woman over 35 with 20 to 50 or more pounds to lose, you need to listen to this. Your metabolism isn't broken, you aren't too old, and it is never too late to start your journey. There's three basic concepts to fat loss that most women commonly misunderstand. And I'm going to break these down for you today. My name is Megan Olson, nutrition practitioner and creator of Skinny Delicious. And before we get started today, I have a really important webinar coming up at the end of this month, 5 reasons why diets fail. This is a totally free webinar, live webinar, where you'll be able to ask me questions one-on-one. There's only so many spots available. So if you're watching this, click the link above. Make sure you sign up for that webinar because it's coming. One note on that webinar, make sure you click out of the pop-up box when you click over to that website. That's not the sign up. The sign up is in white letters on the landing page when you go see that, okay? So go check that out. That's coming up. We're going to talk about metabolism today. We're also going to talk about calories and hormones. I think it's really important to sort of lay the foundation for weight loss if that's your goal. And it really starts with learning some really basic concepts that most women commonly misunderstand because there's just so much noise in this weight loss industry, right? I'm sure if you're a woman who's over 35 and you struggled with, that 20 to 50 or more pounds, you're probably agreeing and shaking your head and saying, yeah, so many people say so many conflicting things, okay? So I'm gonna break it down to you, make it really easy, and there's gonna be more details about these things in that free webinar that's coming up later this month. So just know there's more information that I'm going to be sharing, but today I'm just going to get you started on a few things. And I believe every woman is really capable of understanding these concepts, so I'm not going to dumb them down and tell you to start, eating your meals out of, some weird containers or, buying some weird foods. I'm not going to do that to you. I know from coaching women that keeping it easy, simple, and telling you the truth is always the best. So let's just start with that. There's 3 important words you need to be familiar with when it comes to your metabolism and losing weight. And those 3 words are metabolism, calories, and hormones, and they all work together, okay? And I'll be talking a lot about these over the next few weeks, as well as in that free webinar that's coming up. They're really important because they matter for losing fat and getting that leaner figure, right? Because weight loss is about losing fat, not just losing weight. There is a difference. You can lose water weight, but most of us want to lose that fat, right? Raise your hand. Give me a like if you want to lose fat on your body, okay? There's a big difference, okay? So let's start with the first one. Again, the 3 words are metabolism, calories, and hormones. First one is metabolism, and this is the process that living organisms use to convert food to energy in your body. It's always turned on, because every process in your body literally requires your metabolism, right? So when you're sleeping, your metabolism is working. When you're breathing, digesting, walking, just getting up and walking into the kitchen, cooking a meal, working out, those things all require energy. And yes, that includes just your basic bodily functions, breathing, sleeping, digesting, which I mentioned just now. So that means even if you don't go to the gym and work out, or do any type of workout for that matter, your body is still burning calories. Your metabolism is still working. So when a woman comes to me and says, my metabolism isn't working, that's not true. Your metabolism was working because you're breathing. You're going to the bathroom, you're sleeping, right? So that's a misunderstanding about the metabolism. Your metabolism was working. Now, your calories are something that plays into your metabolism, right? The amount of calories your body burns at rest, this is your resting metabolic rate. Some people refer to it as your basal metabolic rate. This is the number of calories you need to live your life. And you should know that number. If you don't know that number, you need to find out what that is, okay? And this is, even if you were laying around on the couch all day watching Netflix and watching movies, your body still needs a baseline number of calories just to exist, okay? That is your resting metabolic rate. So if you don't know what your resting metabolic rate is, make sure you go look it up because it's very important. Now, one thing I will say about resting metabolic rate is that most women eat below their resting metabolic rate, and that is a big no-no. because your body thinks it's starving. Okay, so we start getting cravings, we start getting really low energy, we start gaining weight, not losing weight. So we have to be really careful about calories. Calories in, calories out. It's not that simple. So how do calories and metabolism work together? The metabolism does not work like a simple calculator. It's not calories in, calories out, right? If that were true, we'd eat a donut, we'd go to the gym, and we would never gain weight. Right? So your metabolism isn't like this, engine on your car that's working all day long and you can speed it up and slow it down, right? Because you would be like hungry all the time or not hungry if you could actually do that. So it's not like, it's something that you can really control. The metabolism is a highly adaptive system in our body, and it's very reactive, and it's always changing and responding to what we're putting into our body, to the stress that we're experiencing, to the sleep or lack of sleep we're getting. So our metabolism is very smart. And it's actually smarter than you are. So I want you to think of your metabolism more of like a thermostat in your house. It's constantly moving up and down based on the temperature, right? But you don't have control of it. It automatically does that. Now, your good news is that your metabolism isn't broken. It isn't some mysterious, unknown thing, and it's not something that you have to fix. In fact, your metabolism is communicating with you on a daily basis. You just don't know how to listen to it. I find that with most women who are over 35 with 20 to 50 or more pounds to lose, who I coach in my private practice, they usually don't even know when they feel hungry. They have absolutely no idea that they're hungry. And that's because they're not listening to their metabolism. They don't feel those things because they've been doing so many weird diet things and looking for quick fixes and, always trying these new things and never really gaining that momentum or consistency. So they're not really paying attention to what their metabolism is saying. Again, that metabolism is highly adaptive and it's always reacting to what's going on. So if you're super stressed out for 3 weeks, your metabolism is going to adapt by storing more fat. That is something that starts to happen, and that's how your metabolism and your hormones now come into play. I've talked a lot on here about the 3 important fat loss hormones: insulin, leptin, and ghrelin. Cortisol is also an important hormone that plays into this as well. And those hormones literally work hand in hand with your metabolism to decide if you're going to store fat, how hungry you're going to be, and how your hunger hormones are functioning. If you feel full, if you feel satisfied, or if you have increased hunger, right? So these things all play together, and that's what you really need to know, and it's really important for you to understand that your metabolism isn't broken. It's just that you need to have the right knowledge to understand how your metabolism, calories, and your hormones work together in order to lose weight, so that you can create that perfect lifestyle that actually helps you lose weight, not hinders you from losing weight. So are these things that you know and are aware of today? Because most of the women who come to me, they say, my thyroid isn't working, my metabolism isn't working, I have Hashimoto's, and I lost 80 pounds in 2009, and I have managed to keep it off with Hashimoto's disease. So you're not a victim of your age, you're not a victim of a thyroid problem. It's just a matter of figuring out how to find that balance between your metabolism, calories, and your hormones, and how to make them work for you. Most women are doing things that are making them work against them. So I'm going to go into more details on all of these in my free webinar coming up the end of this month. If you haven't signed up for that free webinar, make sure you do today, because I'm only going to reserve so many spots for that webinar for so many people. It is a live webinar. You're going to be live with me on that webinar, and you're going to be able to ask me questions on that webinar. So only a few spots are available. Make sure you sign up. And if you have questions on any of these, metabolism, calories, or fat loss hormones, drop them in the comments below. That way I can answer them for you, or I can answer them live on that webinar. And guys, if you like this video and this content and it's helpful to you, please make sure you're commenting, liking, or sharing that content out with your friends. That helps other women who are struggling like you are hear this important information, because there's a lot of noise in this nutrition space, and I want to make sure you're getting the right information that's scientifically proven, so that you are no longer confused about anything that you should be doing in order to lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. I'll talk to you soon.